Hello, everyone. In today's video, we will explore a fascinating and intriguing topic. Is South Korea really richer than North Korea? South Korea and North Korea, two nations sharing the same peninsula, have taken completely different development paths. South Korea, one of the strongest economies in Asia, is renowned for its advanced technology and vibrant culture. On the other hand, North Korea remains secretive and enigmatic, with many stories revolving around economic and political hardships. Over the next 20 minutes, we will delve deeper into these differences, covering history, culture, and the economic and social factors at play. Let's begin this journey of discovery. The Republic of Korea, located in East Asia, occupies the southern half of the Korean peninsula. The only country sharing a land border with South Korea is North Korea, with a 238 kilometers border running along the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, in the north. South Korea is mostly surrounded by the sea, with a coastline of 2,413 kilometers along three seas: the Yellow Sea to the west, the East China Sea to the south, and the Sea of Japan, referred to as the East Sea in Korea, to the east. Geographically, South Korea covers an area of approximately 100,032 kilometers squared, with 290 kilometers squared being reclaimed from the sea. The boundary between the two Koreas was initially the 38th parallel. After the Korean War, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, was established as the boundary between the two regions. The DMZ is a strip of land 4,000 meters wide, running along the border from the east coast to the west coast, spanning about 241 kilometers. This area was created by the Korean Armistice Agreement and is heavily guarded. Of this, 238 kilometers form the land border between South Korea and North Korea. South Korea often requests that media outlets and international organizations limit the use of South Korea when referring to the country. Instead, the official names Republic of Korea or Korea Republic should be used, and if a shorter form is needed, simply Korea is preferred. However, South Korea remains quite common as it is used to distinguish the country from North Korea, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The history of the Korean peninsula dates back to the Paleolithic era. The ancient state of Gojoseon is recorded in ancient Chinese texts from the 7th. After the unification of the three kingdoms into Silla and Balhae in the late 7th century, the peninsula experienced the reigns of the Goryeo and Joseon dynasties, and eventually the Korean Empire. In 1910, Japan annexed the peninsula. Following Japan's surrender to the Allies at the end of World War II, the Korean peninsula was divided into two zones, the north under Soviet control and the south under American control. When reunification negotiations failed, the Republic of Korea was officially established in the south in August 1948, while the Democratic People's Republic of Korea was established in the north the following month. In 1950, North Korea, supported by the Soviet Union, launched an invasion of South Korea. The United Nations, led by the United States, intervened to assist South Korea, while China supported North Korea. After the war ended in 1953, South Korea focused on rapid economic recovery and development. The June Democratic Uprising in 1987 marked the end of the last dictatorship in South Korea. The majority of South Korea's population consists of native Koreans. In April 2016, the National Statistical Office estimated South Korea's population to be 50.8 million people, with the working age population and total fertility rate on a declining trend. Most South Koreans live in urban areas, a result of mass migration from rural regions during the rapid economic expansion of the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. According to the 2019 census, the Seoul metropolitan area had 25.3 million residents, making it the fourth largest metropolitan area in the world by population. In recent years, gender disparity, social inequality, rising costs of living, and child rearing along with a growing trend among women to pursue a single independent lifestyle, have led to an increasing number of South Korean men, especially those living in rural areas or with lower personal incomes, facing difficulties in finding life partners or choosing not to marry. South Korea's economy is characterized by a mixed system, high competitiveness, a high degree of freedom, and minimal government intervention. The country is classified as a developed nation. From the early 1960s to the late 1990s, South Korea was one of the fastest-growing economies in the world and continued to grow steadily through the 2000s. Between 1980 and 1990, South Korea recorded the fastest per capita GDP growth rate in the world. The South Korean economy is heavily influenced by large family-owned conglomerates known as chaebols. Since the 1970s, these chaebols have expanded and established a significant presence in international markets, making South Korea an important global trade entity. However, during the 1997 Asian financial crisis, many overseas branches of these conglomerates were forced to close, leading to a severe financial crisis in South Korea. Despite the significant damage, the South Korean economy quickly recovered, with GDP tripling in subsequent years. South Korea maintains low public debt and high fiscal reserves, enabling the country to rapidly mobilize resources to address financial emergencies. After the Asian financial crisis, South Korea continued to maintain high and stable economic growth, achieving a growth rate of 6.2% in 2010. However, by 2016, growth had slowed to over 2.6%. In 2019, South Korea ranked 7th in the world for export volume and 9th for imports. That same year, South Korea ranked 20th globally in the Future Brand's National Brand Index. According to the World Economic Forum, South Korea ranked 4th in Asia, after Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan, and 13th globally in the 2019 Global Competitiveness Report. In 2020, Brand Finance, a UK-based brand valuation and strategy consultancy, reported that South Korea's total brand value ranked 4th in Asia, after China, Japan, and India, and 10th globally. In terms of economic freedom, South Korea ranked 6th in Asia and 25th globally. South Korea's education system comprises 6 years of elementary school, 3 years of middle school, and 3 years of high school. Tuition is free for students at all 3 levels. According to the Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, initiated by the OECD, South Korea's science education ranks 3rd in the world and consistently scores above the OECD average. In 2015, the South Korean government allocated 5.1% of its GDP to education, which is 0.8% higher than the OECD average of 4.3%. Education is considered a key factor in South Korea's rapid development from a resource-poor nation to a prosperous one after the war. However, this system also has its downsides. In 2020, South Korea spent 4.81% of its GDP on research and development, ranking 2nd in the world after Israel, 4.95%. South Korea also ranked 9th globally and 4th in Asia for English proficiency, according to the International Education Organization (F). The country boasts one of the highest average educational attainment levels in the world. In 2014, South Korea ranked 2nd in the world after Singapore in student performance in mathematics and science, as reported by the OECD. South Korea is a renowned destination with numerous breathtaking tourist spots, blending natural landscapes with a unique fusion of traditional and modern culture. The capital city, Seoul, stands out with its ancient royal palaces from the Joseon dynasty, such as Gyeongbokgung and Cheongdeokgung. The city is also famous for its large entertainment centers like Lot World and Everland. Traditional markets such as Dongdaemun, Gwangjang, Noryangjin, Gyeongdong, Namdaemun, and Chugokgi are always bustling, offering a wide variety of food and goods. Korean cuisine is renowned for its kimchi, a dish made through a special fermentation process to preserve various vegetables, most commonly Napa cabbage and radish. Other common condiments include gochujang, fermented chilai paste, doenjang, fermented soybean paste, and gukganjang, soy sauce, in addition to traditional soy sauce and chilai paste. These ingredients contribute to the distinctive flavors of Korean cuisine, which is famously known for its spiciness. Other famous Korean dishes include bibimbap, jjajangmyeon, jjimmik, naengmyeon, and various types of tuk, rice cakes. Dining at pojangbacha, street food stalls, is also very popular, where you can find tteokbokki, spicy rice cakes, hatiak, sweet pancakes, sundae, Korean blood sausage, and various onju, snacks typically served with alcoholic beverages. Drinking and the culture surrounding it are distinctive aspects of South Korean dining. In 2018, South Korea was one of the countries with the highest average alcohol consumption in the world, although this number had significantly decreased by 2021. Popular alcoholic beverages in South Korea include soju, rice liquor, makgeolli, rice wine, and bakbunjeju, fruit wine. South Koreans often mix soju with beer, yogurt, or Sprite to enhance its strength and flavor. The modern K-pop idol culture began in the 1990s, when K-pop evolved into a subculture that attracted a large number of teenage and young adult fans. After a period of decline, artists like TVXQ and BoA in 2003 ushered in a new generation of K-pop idols, successfully breaking into the Japanese market and continuing to popularize the genre internationally. With the advent of online social media services and Korean television programs, the spread of K-pop and Korean entertainment, known as the Korean Wave, Hallyu, has extended beyond East and Southeast Asia. It has reached Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Latin America, North Africa, South Africa, East Africa, the Middle East, and many other parts of the Western world, attracting a vast international audience. Since the K-pop industry began expanding beyond South Korea, K-pop artists have set numerous notable records on YouTube. In 2011, K-pop videos accumulated a total of 2.28 billion views worldwide, with 240 million of those views coming from the United States, more than doubling the 94 million views from 2010. In December 2011, K-pop became the first music genre to have a dedicated homepage on YouTube. By December 2012, Psy's music video for Gangnam Style became the first YouTube video to reach 1 billion views, marking a significant milestone in the global spread of K-pop. In the 2000s, the South Korean film industry began to gain international recognition. Domestic films dominated the market, partly due to a screen quota system implemented since 1967, which required that local films be shown for at least 73 days a year. In 2004, the film Old Boy won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Film Festival and was sold to many international markets. Films like The Host, 2006, Snowpiercer, 2013, The Admiral, Roaring Currents, 2014, and Train to Busan, 2016, not only achieved record-breaking box office success in South Korea, but also received high praise from international critics. Popular sports in South Korea include taekwondo, archery, baseball, and soccer. The South Korean national soccer team frequently participates in the World Cup, achieving 4th place in the 2002 World Cup, reaching the round of 16 in the 2010 World Cup, and winning the AFC Asian Cup twice in 1956 and 1960. They have also finished as runners-up 4 times, 1972, 1980, 1988, 2015, and in 3rd place 4 times, 1964, 2000, 2007, 2011. The South Korean Olympic soccer team won the bronze medal at the 2012 Summer Olympics, has won the Asian Games twice, and player Son Heung-min won the Premier League Golden Boot in the 2021 to 2022 season. The South Korean national baseball team has also achieved impressive results, including third place in the 2006 World Baseball Classic, runner-up in 2009, and a gold medal at the Beijing Olympics. These sports not only bring pride to the South Korean people, but also help elevate South Korea's status on the international sports stage. South Korea is one of the countries with the lowest infant mortality rates in the world, at just 3.03%. It ranks fourth in Asia, behind Singapore, Japan, and Hong Kong, and ninth globally for average life expectancy, tied with Israel. The intentional homicide rate in South Korea in 2018 was 0.60%, a very low figure according to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. The country has a zero terrorism index, a very high human development index, and an almost non-existent illiteracy rate, with a literacy rate of 99% in 2020. According to the United Nations' World Happiness Report 2019, South Korea ranked as the 54th happiest country in the world. In 2020, South Korea ranked second in Asia, after Japan, and 17th globally in the Social Progress Index.